Hello all, I am RadhikRammohan, second year PhD student in the Department of Electrical Engineering, working in the area of surgical robotics. I am presently serving as a warden nominee in Hostel 16 for the student community of IIT Bombay. I am here to seek an opportunity from you to serve as your General Secretary for Academic Affairs PG. My plan of action is to collaborate with different stakeholders to organize events for the personal growth of all the students encompassing the PG community. My area in the development of policies and its implementation is to reduce the hassles that students will face in their journey throughout their PG life in IIT Bombay. I have plans to organize various events past the institute as well as inter-institute so that it becomes an opportunity for collaboration and other opportunities. All this will be possible only if you grant me an opportunity for the same by voting me on February 16. In department level ice-breaking sessions, I have seen in my department especially, who was the PGAC member and who was affiliated with IRSCP was a kind of a cloud. So I want to use this opportunity to introduce all the bodies, student bodies in one platform with a student-only program so that they can be accustomed with the research culture and with the culture of the whole department so that they can be more having a better bonding among the students. After 5 years, as you know, there are problems in the extension of the funding. So I want to work with the IRCC to bring clarity on the same, how the application process is, how to apply for that, how much will you get, and whether it is stipulated according to MHRD norms, and also identify other sources where you can extend the fellowship. So I will be working with all the stakeholders for the benefit of the students who are across 5 years to be a whole helping hand so that they can be rest assured of their financials when they are in the final stages of their PhD.
So one follow-up question. So what is the current status regarding what after 5 years that you...
In my groundwork, I came to know that they are still getting the fellowship according to the old rates of MHRD. So I will have to first ensure with them that why this rate has not been revised to the current rates. And wherever possible, using many manpower opportunities like library TAs, etc., extend the pool for this funding opportunity after 5 years. This is what I want to work. For example, the fines for the APS. There is a rule inside the fine for APS that after you will be fined around 750 rupees per week on a case-to-case basis. The extension is a mutual agreement between the student and the committee. So why there should be a need for this fine? And again, I want to have a clarity on this case-by-case basis. There are other fines that is related to pre-sin submission, to thesis submission and all, which are, I don't think so has a proper effect. So I need to have a clarity on them and possibly try to remove that. Pertaining to married research scholars come with the dynamics of problems. Some are located very far away from Bombay. So there should be a policy where we can safeguard for these people who take around 3 days or 4 days to reach their home. We should have an opportunity for them to get something earlier. Also, there should be a possibility to identify spaces inside the campus where you can give some kind of accommodation early on till we have a permanent married research scholars allotment which has been done, has been discussed in the open house of the director. And I also want to have policies related to certain urgencies that might come in a person's married life, be it related to the children, be it related to things which we cannot discuss now, but it is of personal nature.
So did you come across any specific difficulties around allotting this kind of facilities now?
Yes, there is a long queue for this married scholar allotment, but imagine a student who is coming from the northeast. He has to take a lot of days to reach to that place, and there is an urgent need for him to be with his family. What will he do? I think we should have a policy for them also. We all know about the alumni of IIT Bombay. It is like 1983 batch metallurgy, primarily focused towards the UG alumni. I want to increase that towards the PG, PhD alumni so that there can be opportunities for mentorship. There can be opportunities for maybe internship, placement, postdoc opportunities, any kind of opportunities. But we should have a dialogue with them consistently, and I want to work with SARC for that.
Did you have any interaction with the SARC?
I have some interaction with the past members of the SARC. They said that they have PG representation, but the work is not according to the pace that is required. So I want to increase that by collaborating with them and bringing other stakeholders who want to collaborate for this initiative. I would like to remain anonymous in this unwarranted work because many people had identified that they are made to work things which are not related to their research, not related to their TAship. So there should be a clarity and there should be a guideline which is visible to all that this problem has to be addressed and this should not be repeated. I want to make a policy for that and sensitize the public, the student regarding the same.
So do you plan to have some checks and balances on this, because
Yes.
it has been continued over years?
I want to have a checks and balances. The rules for the same will be framed if I am elected by involving all the stakeholders. Guide selection is a very complex thing because there are different category of students, TA, CSIR funded, TAP, etc. So there should be policies which guideline the selection of the guide by the student so that it is student centric. They should have equal opportunity to select a guide according to their interests, according to their work style, and there should be a policy for the same in every department. Also there should be a policy and safeguard for the student if something happens in the initial stages with a guide where they have to change a guide. So there should be a clear-cut policy for the same. For that, if I am elected, I plan to work with all the stakeholders to have a student-centric safeguard system as well as selection system for the guide for all the category students.
So one follow-up on this. So we have had many encounters regarding PhD students having to leave after 4 years being on PhD, and things like that have been repeated over here. So what are the specific safeguards, if you want to elaborate on that?
So there are, as you said, there are many cases. That case is a dynamic case. Every case will have its own reason. I need to study what all the cases were there. Some common cases is where there is no safeguard on what the student has done a work and how he has done a work. There is no documentation for the same. In my manifesto there is a point where I want to give them a safeguard of the work they do by a periodic documentation system, which will be a mutual system with the guide as well as the RPC member. So always the student will have a benefit and a proof that his work is good and his work is documented and it is legal. So this will be a safeguard for him and which will immune him from any unwarranted accusations from the side of the academia. I joined IIT Bombay after so much of hard work and sacrifice, and I know that each of the PG students here have fought their battle to reach here. As a GSA PG, if I am elected, my job will be to reduce your hardship during your stay here and give you ample opportunities so that you can be a better resourceful person for yourself as well as for the society and for the country. Thank you, and please vote for me on February 16. My name is RadhikRammohan.